You want to learn how to create your own starting soon screen based on any game that you choose? Let's jump into it. All right, so first off, we will be working primarily in Canva, but before we dive into Canva, we need to do a little bit of research. I do want to let you know that if you're using Canva and you need Canva Pro for the design you're going to be making today, you can look in the description below. There's going to be a Canva Pro free trial, get you free for 30 days, make anything you want, and then decide if you want to keep it after that. First thing we want to do is we want to kind of come up with some ideas. And so the game I'm going to be basing my overlay today on is the game Marathon. Now, I have not personally played the game, but I've watched quite a bit about it. It looks like a really fun game and it looks popular, so I thought it'd be a good one to make a overlay for. And so the idea today is we're going to make a starting soon screen, but let me know in the comments down below if you would want this to be a full series where I make the starting soon screen and the camera overlay and the just chatting scene and all that. If you want that, let me know in the comments down below and I'll make that follow-up video. But yeah, we will be basing this on Marathon, and I really like the colors. And so what I'm actually basing it on is on Instagram here, they posted this picture. And I thought, to me, this just looks like a stream overlay. And so I thought, let's use this as our inspiration for the overlay. Also got on Pinterest, and I did a little bit of Googling, and I just looked up, Twitch overlay, and got a few designs I really liked. Like this Arc Raiders one looks really good. I love this one. I thought it looked really, really good. And so this is the research phase. It should be noted, for most designers, I would say nearly all designers, design doesn't start in your design software. It starts in your prep and your research. And so I do a lot of browsing, a lot of looking, trying to get some ideas, come up with cool things that I like. And I really liked the layout of this one, which looks like maybe based on Marathon anyway, but I like this kind of side things here like this. So we're going to use that idea in Canva. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into Canva. So once you're in Canva, you have your account, you're all logged in. You just need to hit create. And we're just going to go to a custom size, but it's just 1920 by 1080 or whatever you stream in. If you stream in 720 or 4K, update your sizes to that. But for me, it's 1920 by 1080. We're going to open it as a brand new design. And the very first thing I'm going to do is I want to create a second page just because I want to have this Instagram post over here. So I'm just going to open up my Windows Snip tool. And I'll do it again just so you see what it looks like. And I'm just going to copy all of this like this. And I'm going to hit my copy button. Then we're going to actually open it right here in my second page. And this is just, again, for reference. I just want to have it here. And I know one thing I'm going to want is I'm going to want specifically just the fonts that are used. I know I can't match that font perfectly, but I'm going to do as close as Canva will allow me to get to it. So let's go ahead and start over here on this page. First thing we do is we just want to kind of build our frame. And so let's go to our elements. We'll just go right here to shapes, hit the square. We will adjust this over like this. I want it to be about that. Looks good. Make it all the way this way. Let's go to our color. And I just want to steal the colors from this photo. And so for this one, I think I want this one to be like that yellow color or that gold color. I'm just going to hold down Alt and copy this over just like this. I'll make this one a little bit smaller, a little more narrow like that. And we'll make this one blue. And we're using the blue. Now, it is grabbing the colors from that photo, but if I wanted to, I can just copy this photo over. And let's say it wasn't showing up there or something, you can click right here, go into your colors, hit your custom color, hit your color picker, and come over and grab the color just like that. Which to me, the color looks a little more accurate when you do it that way. So we're just gonna do that for both of ours. And hit that, go to my color picker, and find a good spot of that blue, just like that. Okay, next thing we know is we wanna make the background black. And so go right here and go to black. And to me, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to delete this one because I want just the title over here. Because I want to see if I can match that font. So I'm just going to press the T key on my keyboard and I'm going to type in Marathon. Not that I'm going to have Marathon in the name, but I just want to be able to match the letters. That's going to help me be able to tell if it matches well or not. And so now I'm just going to kind of go through and I'm going to just keep clicking on fonts that look close. And what I do when I find a font that I feel like is close, I just make a copy. So I can keep a couple there until I figure out which one to me looks the best. Now I've already done this. I know which one looks the best to me. And so I'm going to go and choose it. It is HK Modular. One of the things that you'll notice though with this font is, to me, it's not quite thick enough. Obviously it's not perfect. It's not a perfect match, but it's close. I think it's close. Could be a little taller, could be a little more condensed, but I'm not going to get too nitpicky about it. But I do want it to be a little bit bolder. And with HK Modular, there's not actually a bolder option. Some fonts there is. Let me show you a hack how we make it bold. We're going to select our font. We're going to go right here to effects. We're going to go to outline. We're going to change that outline to the same color as the font. So we're going to change it to white. And then we can reduce that in. And just like that, we have it thicker. So if you want to see the difference, I'll make a copy of that one and I'll just turn it off. Just like that. And so to me, this one feels better, feels a little thicker, a little closer to what we have, but either of them work. We're going to delete that. And the first thing I want to do is I want to have just it saying like, starting soon, or something of that sort. So we're going to drag it here. I'm going to turn it on its side, and we are going to animate this. So I do want it in there twice. So I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to type out starting soon, just like this. We're going to zoom out really far. And I'm just going to make this very, very large because I need it in there twice for the loop. And so we'll type it again, something like that. To me, the spacing is a little too tight, so I'm going to go in here to letter spacing and up my letter spacing. I think right there feels good. And so I'm going to size this up a little bit so it's all on the same line. We'll also go and make the color black while we're zoomed out. Okay. Now, that's what we're looking at. The problem is my outline is still white, so let's go under effects, go back under outline and make our outline black to match our text. And there we go. So what I want to do here is I want to bring it all the way up like this. And actually I want it centered here in this shape, like that. And I also want it left aligned. So basically I want the edge of my S pretty much touching this, because the transition we're going to use is going to actually let it kind of loop through so that it actually looks like it's moving, like this in between scenes. And I think that'll look really good. So I'm just building essentially from left to right here. I have that. I'm going to kind of nudge it over to get it more centered. I think that's good. Then I'm just going to Alt, drag, and copy this over. And so one of the things Marathon does is they use certain colors together, right? So whenever you have black, they use the yellow on it. And when they have blue, they use a white on it. And so I'm just going to kind of copy that. So I want to bring this down to like maybe size 30. That looks pretty good, I think. And we'll make it white. And then I'm just going to type, I could type anything I wanted, but for this, I'm just going to type in my name. And I'm going to add like 4 spaces. There we go. I went and typed another one because I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be a little more this. Okay. And I'm really kind of imitating this now. They have this little star here between. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a star in between the words. That one says like deluxe, which I guess we could have it say whatever we wanted. But I want to kind of imitate that little star. And so let's look up star. There's one, I think I typed in tech earlier that came up. And I thought it was a good fit. We're actually going to use some of these tech symbols, but this is the one we want for now. We're going to size that down quite a bit. And then when it's this small, it's hard to click on. So we'll use this little thing right here. And then we're going to rotate it where it's that. Pretty good. We're going to hold down Alt and drag up. Alt and drag up one more time. And then I'm just going to click on it. Oh, let's put this to the back so that I can click on the star. So I'm just going to use my arrow keys to kind of nudge it until I feel like it's about centered. So that's centered, but then look right to my eyes. And I trust my eyes. Ish. Okay. There we go. So we kind of have that whole left side built. I think that's looking really good. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add a big, starting soon graphic right here. Now I'm going to show how to animate this so that it really is just showing you how to use another tool that you can put in your tool belt and use it however you want. But I would probably just have this as a static starting word. But for the sake of this tutorial, I want to show how to use this. So if you go to apps and you search motion, there's one called motion text. It's this one right here. And I actually just think this is a really, really cool tool. And the one that I want to use, I think I want to use the glitch. I think makes the most sense here, but you can kind of see how some of these other ones look, and I think they look good. I just don't know if for this any of them make as much sense. Actually, you know what? I just want to do like this one. I think I want it to be kind of simple. And I just want it to be the word starting. And we want to find a font that works well. Okay, so you can spend however much time you want, kind of in here looking for a font that works and matches and looks good. We can come in here, we can adjust our letter spacing, right? And see, kind of makes it smaller. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. I love a big kerned word myself, but for this, we're going to go with a natural filling letter spacing. I don't think Roboto, Robert, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't think it's the right fit though. Ooh, let's actually go with condensed. Something like that feels pretty good. Let's kill the outline. Let's make this our kind of yellow color, right? Let's take off the gradient. I don't think we want a gradient. I don't want the outline either. So under text effects, we can turn off the outline. That is starting to feel better to me. Now I do want to animate it some. So I think I want to have this flash come through and I just want it to be black. And let's see up here. Yeah, to me, that feels really good. And now let's bring our letter spacing in even more. And we can click add to design. All right, so now that this is out here, we're going to go ahead and size this up. And I want it to be pretty predominant, but also don't want it to crowd the space. So we're going to go with something about like this, centered up about the best we can. And then I think I just want to say starting soon. I think that works. This is kind of what it's saying too. So choose what you want. You could do starting soon or stream is starting, something of that sort. We'll go with, since this is saying starting soon, we'll go with stream is starting. So I'm just going to actually copy this text. So clicking on it, I'm going to hold down Alt and drag it over. I want to make it white, or actually I'm going to make it this yellow color so I can see it. We're going to turn off the effects that are there. And now this is probably the wrong one to choose, honestly, because it's such a large spot. So let's take it down to like size 20. It's so long. All right, let's shorten it if we can. Something like that. All right. Probably been a whole lot easier just to create a new text box, but here we are. There we go. All right, so now we want to rotate this back to 0. And I personally, I like the size of that. Let's go up to about 25. I'm going to string this box this whole size. And I don't know if it's going to let me kern it as much as I want it to. And so I may have to do this myself. So here's what we're going to do. Let me show you how to do your own custom kerning, because I really want stream is to kind of stretch from basically one side to the other. Let's lock this starting so we quit clicking on it. Well, never mind. Let's go position, send it to back. So now we can click on this. And here's what I want to do. I'm going to pretty much delete everything except that S. Size that in. Wish my Grammarly would go away. I'm going to set this about where I want it, something like that. And then just once we get it right, we're going to press Control D, duplicate it, just a bunch. I should have counted how many letters are in stream is, but I didn't. So here we are. Then we're just T, R, E, A, M, skip one. S is already good. There we go. So now we have this right here. Actually, let's just select all of it and then deselect. We didn't do it. Okay. We'll do it this way. Select everything. I like that kerning, so I'm going to Control G to group them together. And then I'm just going to center them like that. I think that looks good. And I'm going to center them to my eyes because I don't know if this is actually centered in it. It looks like it is. Bring it up something like that. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, so now I'm just going to group all that together. Bring it down a little lower because I want to do like a little heading up here. So to start with, let's go ahead and in this image over here, there's like this barcode and these like little symbols and stuff that are up here. I kind of want to recreate this top line a little bit. So let's just go over here in Canva to elements. We'll come back to tech, but for now, let's type in just barcode. There's a few. We can go here to graphics and probably see a lot of them, but this one I think is perfect. Let's make it that kind of yellow color. Remember, with this particular branding, anytime we're on black, we're using yellow. Anytime we're on blue, we're using white. Anytime we're on yellow, we're using black. They have a pretty clear branding that they use. So we'll do something like this, and then we'll come over. Let's just add one of these stars in here, right? We'll add a little star like this. First, make it yellow. Then let's just go see what we can find if we search tech. Kind of scroll through. Like this one. I wish I want one that's a little more narrow than that one is, though. Oh, perfect. Okay, something like this I think looks pretty good. Size it down. Put it on this side. Make sure, I like how it's giving us that spacing. Spacing looks good. Make it kind of a yellow. Yeah, I think that looks good. The only other thing is, you said they kind of have like this yellow bar with black text. I kind of want to add that in just to fill out the image a little bit more, and then we'll re-center this wherever that yellow bar is. So under elements, we'll grab another square. And I just want to line it up over here. I want to size it down. This is going to be kind of a narrow one, something like that. We can put it as far back as we want. We want this one to be yellow, like this. And this one, we could have like, I forgot that. We're just going to start over because it's easier. Press T. Now it's already there. We're just going to say, remember to follow, right? Everyone wants people to follow. I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to kind of center it to my eyes, I think. And actually want to like kind of do like this again. We're going to copy the whole thing. Space. Something like this, I think looks good. Now let's put this. We'll put both of these actually. We'll group those, and then we're basically going to send them to the back, right? I think that looks good. Now, actually, I want to ungroup those because I'm kind of thinking about animating this, right? We could animate it like this. Yeah, it's okay. We already have a lot of moving stuff, so I think that's fine. We'll just have it something like that so it looks a little bit imperfect. We have that done, so let's go ahead and do our animation. Or actually, let's recenter this because I can tell this is not centered. At least between this and this, it's not centered. That matters to me probably more than it does most people. Okay, let's go with something like that. It's still not perfect, but you know, we're just gonna have to move on. All right, so now that we have that design completely done, what we want to do here to actually do this animation, I'm going to delete this page. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to do Control D to duplicate. And what I want to do here is I want to make the length of each page somewhere around 2.5 seconds. And then I want to go and apply that to all pages. So both pages are, if you export them as a video, they are 2.5 seconds each. Now, here's what I want to do is the starting point of this starting. So what I want to happen is the starting soon is I want it to kind of like roll down like that, right? And it's going to kind of do it in between slides like a transition. So the starting point is right here. I'm going to go to page 2 and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And what I want to do on page 2 is I want to bring the new starting point to the start of the next word, the next starting. So it's right about there, which is almost exactly where it was on the other one. Okay, these two pages look almost exactly the same, and that is intentional because in between the two pages, we're going to add a transition called match and move. And as you can see, what match and move does is it moves it from basically the starting point on page 1 to the starting point of page 2. And we do know that it is moving down, even though it doesn't look like it in the image. I hope that made sense. And so we're going to go back into our transition here, and I want to make it absolutely as long as I possibly can, and just something like that. So, and it is a looping page, so every 2 seconds, it's going to do that kind of transition. And to me, I think that looks really good. All we have to do now is hit share, hit download as an MP4, make sure only the pages you need are actually selected. So for me, it's page 1 and page 2. And we're going to go and hit done. And we're going to hit download. Now that our download's done, we can go and open it up. And in Windows, I'm just going to actually set it to repeat so that we can kind of watch it and see how it looks. Yeah. All right. To me, that looks absolutely solid. If you want more information on how to actually use this in OBS, I do have a video on how to set all this up in OBS. So just take a look at my channel. I'll try to link it below or up in the card above. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more added on to this series, if you want me to see me carry on this marathon style into, say, a just chatting scene or a camera overlay, leave it in the comments below. Let me know and I will continue this series on. But if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.